And we are going to stitch together. So it should be over here. Just doesn't want to be straight. Refuses. I refuse. That's what it's telling me. But we are going to straighten you up, buddy. It needs to happen. So we are going to do that right now. And I'm just going to select this one and bring it down. Then I'm going to select everything, see if I can't. There we go, straighten those UVs and look at that. Nice and pretty. All right, so this area right here, what's this go to? This is this portion right here. Good to know. So we're going to sew these together if we can. Ah, I see. So this goes here. So this might actually stay separate because it's going to flip up. Yeah, we might have to do that. So we might actually just keep this separate and move it here. It's going to be right there. Right above here. Or we could just keep it above here. Keep it there for now. So we also have this area. So I'm going to do some cutting here. Because I want to sew this. This is the upper part of all of this trim. So I want to cut this. So I'm going to cut and cut, cut, and cut. And so now when I double click on this area, it is separate. And this actually belongs over here to this large portion. And it probably needs, oh, here we go. So we are just, okay, it works. It's not flipped. And so we're going to stitch that. And then we have these guys. And I'm actually going to go up here and just rotate this 90 degrees. Move it, see, over here. This one I'm also going to rotate in the opposite direction, 90 degrees, move it over here, and double click this and move it over here. All right. So this actually needs to be flipped. So if I double click and flip to the U and then flip to the V, it should be fine. And remember, as long as you're selecting one of these two corresponding edges, like if one's hard to select the other one. And then just click stitch together. It's not even, so we're going to go to UVs here. And we're going to fix that up. We're going to go to the Align tool. And bring it up like this. So it's tedious, sure. Could be worse. So double click this. This needs to be flipped. And where's edge? Here we go. And so it's easier to select these edges, so I'm going to do these. That looks pretty good. I know this is going to need to be raised up a bit, so I'm just going to make it a little bit thicker. And then let's see, it also needs to be flipped. All right, and stitch it together. And then I am going to select this top portion and snap align it and save. Okay. So we've aligned everything. Now you can align these areas too. So if you wanted to, you can align this really easily, just like this, okay? It's good to make sure that when you're doing that, you're not making anything funky. So what we can do is we can go like this, And indeed, actually, we do want all these center vertical lines to be straight. I don't know if you noticed, but these squares were a bit off. So let's find this, see where this one is. You can always hit that. Okay, so it's over here. You can see how these are they're shifted off to the side. They're not quite straight, not quite perfect squares. And when I align them, they straighten right up. So it is good to have that little preview there because it will show you if you have things that are misaligned and slightly warped. So it's good to try and see what's going on there. So we're just going to straighten these things up. It's nice and straight. And look at all that. That looks great. All right, let's turn off the squares for now and let's save this as a different scene. So we're going to save this. So 7. So you notice that I have multiple scenes and that's a really good practice to have. All right, so now that we have done that, what we are going to do is we're actually going to sew together my house. I'm going to sew my house together. So I'm going to stitch together the house. Let's get rid of the alignment issue here. Stitch this together. Let's see if we can get the other side. Perfect. All right, so we've got we've got nice seamless walls now. So if you look at this entire shell, it's nice and seamless. Let's get this shell, put it right there. Okay. This shell. Now I can position all these things myself. I can also position everything, have the computer do it. Before I do anything, I'm going to save it. I'm going to delete history. And in order to delete history, we need to go into object mode. And let me open up my channel so you can see the history. So this is all that history. Whew, this is a lot of history. So this is something that we want to delete because once this accumulates more and more, it's going to make my file bigger and bigger and bigger, and it could corrupt my file. So if I go to Edit, Delete by Type History, that gets rid of all of that history, which is fantastic. I also want to get rid of this. We're just going to call this House. And let's go here and check it out. And so we could call this House Mesh. There we go. So it's been renamed. It's fantastic. Okay, so in order to reorganize everything, we can go to Modify and Layout. First I'm going to save. Let's just save really fast. Let's go to File, Save. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure our packing resolution is something higher than 254 by 254. So I'd put it at 1024, but I could put it at 2048, which is my layout settings. The other thing, packed together, non-overlapping is very important. You don't want it overlapping. I want to preserve my UV ratios. You could also turn this off. So this is pre-scaling, or you could preserve your 3D ratios. So you could choose that too. So this preserves how the UVs currently are, and this should preserve it based, I believe, on the size of the UVs. Translate shells. So what this means is it's going to move the shells according to how it's going to fit everything together in the optimum way. Layout settings, I made it 2048 by 2048 because that's what my texture map size is. And my shell padding, I put it 1:1. By default, it's 0:0. I do want it to distribute, and I want the tiles U and V in the 1:1 full square space, and I want it to be uniform. And when I'm done, I hit Apply. Now, it says there's some non-manifold geometry. So that's not good. And I need to find where this non-manifold geometry is. It means that there's something that I missed, some bit of geometry that I missed laying out.